Today, we're going to dive into a founder's story that pretty much redefines what a startup can be. It's a journey that proves a powerful purpose can come from the absolute toughest circumstances, and that the road to success, well, it's never a straight line. And this is where it all starts, seriously. Not in some Silicon Valley garage or a fancy boardroom, but in a prison cell. The entire blueprint for what would become a thriving company wasn't some polished pitch deck. It was this one single sheet of paper. Just a raw idea, born out of a desperate need for a totally different life. So, how in the world does a business plan scribbled down behind bars turn into a real successful company? That's what we're going to get into right here. This is all about the unbelievable origin of the idea and how a new sense of purpose was forged from a really, really difficult past. I mean, this contrast right here is everything. On one side, you've got the total chaos of his old life. But then, on the other, you see these simple, powerful goals that grew out of it. This wasn't just about running away from the past. It was about building a real future. And that motivation, it was deeply personal, creating something stable, something legal for his family. That's the fuel that's going to drive this whole story. So, where did the actual idea for the business come from? You know, it's funny. It sparked from a simple conversation. His cellmate's girlfriend was complaining about how she was getting ripped off on hair extensions. And her advice, as you can see, was super direct and pretty powerful. Just go to the source in India. That one offhand comment, it planted the seed for the entire thing. And this is what it all boiled down to, the core mission that started to form. See, it was never just about selling a product. It was about building a bridge, connecting Black women here in the US with ethical, religious hair offerings straight from Indian temples. Right from the very beginning, it was about creating a real connection and making sure everybody benefited. Okay, so after he gets out, he heads straight to Los Angeles with that one-page plan in his hand. This next chapter, well, it's not about finding investors or leasing a cool office space. No, this was the pure, unglamorous, ground-up hustle. The reality of those early days was, wow, anything but glamorous. I mean, just picture this. Your office, your warehouse, and your bedroom are all inside your minivan. Your home address is a tire shop behind the airport, and your daily routine is just driving from mall to mall, trying to get anyone, literally anyone, to listen to you. This wasn't strategy. It was pure, relentless grit, just building a customer base one conversation at a time. So why did this actually work when so many other people would have failed? It's because people saw he was authentic. He wasn't some slick salesman with a perfect pitch. They saw his realness. That raw, unfiltered drive to build something real for his family and his community. And here's the big takeaway, right? That genuine connection is what builds rock-solid loyalty from the ground up. But, you know, that kind of relentless hustle, it eventually takes a massive toll. Success brought a whole new set of problems, and the nonstop grind of the LA lifestyle, it led him straight to a breaking point, a period he actually calls losing the vibe. It was basically a perfect storm. That 24/7 grind left him feeling completely burnt out and totally disconnected from why he even started the company. Substance use became a crutch, and then some deep-seated relationship trauma just boiled over. It brought him to his knees. He got so lost that he was seriously thinking about just walking away from the whole thing. He was desperate for a way out, so he started investing everything he possibly could into getting better. And get this number, it's staggering. At one point, he was spending $6,000 a month on his healing journey. This wasn't some small effort. This was an all-out war to find himself again. And that money, it went towards this incredibly holistic approach to heal his mind, his body, his spirit, everything. He wasn't just trying one thing. He had specialized coaching in breathwork and meditation. He was doing multiple kinds of therapy, and he even got into somatic healing to deal with the trauma stored in his body. He was literally attacking the problem from every single angle. And this all leads us to the turning point. After hitting rock bottom, he started what he calls the 90-day climb, this really intense, focused period of finding a new path, a new program, and a new sense of hope. This quote, man, it just captures how serious the situation was. He was so close to losing everything. Not just the business he'd built from nothing, but his own life. The stakes, honestly, could not have been any higher. And the transformation was incredibly fast. Just 97 days ago, he's at rock bottom. But in that short amount of time, by finding the right support system, the right program, he managed to pull himself out of that spiral. And today, in his own words, he's thriving. And so we get to the final chapter, his return. Because this isn't just a story about survival. It's a story about reclaiming his purpose with a brand new commitment to the community he always meant to serve. 3 simple words, but they carry the weight of this entire incredible journey. After all the struggle, the burnout, the climb back, this is way more than a statement. It's a declaration. And his return isn't just some idea in his head. It's about real, tangible action. The AI agent that was answering phones, gone. He's back on the phone himself. The idea of shutting down, that's been replaced with a 24/7 commitment. He's actively fighting that feeling of disconnection by getting back out there, face to face with his community. And just like that, the story comes completely full circle. The focus is right back on that original one-page plan, serving the community with total authenticity and building the team that feels more like a family than a staff. The purpose that got him started is once again the very thing that's driving him forward. This whole journey, through all of its insane highs and lows, was held together by that deep purpose. It was like an anchor. And it leaves us with a really powerful question. When everything else seems to fall away, how much does having a mission, a reason bigger than yourself, truly guide your path back to the light?